Hello and welcome back to some more Satisfactory Update 6 Let's Play. Where we last left off, we had made a crystal oscillator factory, and I had made a train to cart that back and forth, the reinforced iron plates to where I had my quartz factory at, added in a little wire factory down there, and then putting it all together to make a whopping, oh, what was it, how many did that make? Can I find a place to throw a manufacturer here? I'm short on plastic. How much was that making? Oscillators. It's making yeah, one a minute. Um, Now I did get an alternate recipe. Still uses a manufacturer, but the problem is it drops off the reinforced iron plates, which is great. But the current busing that I have to this doesn't work. So, yeah, here it is. Um, so we use slightly more quartz per minute, replacing cable and copper with rubber. Which, I mean, I think I have plenty that'd be coming out of the rubber factory that I have. It's just, redoing how the train would run, and then the AI limiters, which I would be turning that copper into copper sheets and needing to get quick wire over there. Uh, I don't know if that's where I've got it 100% worth it to try and do. If there is some Caterium up by where my quartz is actually mining at, that might be a little different. But I got to get that out, I'll get that figured out. But as of right now, we're producing one crystal oscillator per minute. I had two manufacturers going, so really we're getting two crystal oscillators per minute. And that's all being bussed back to our main starter factory. We did get an alternate recipe that allowed me to, let me pull that up real quick, for our steel ingots. Instead of in the foundry using iron ore and copper or coal, we can use iron ingots and coal. Now, what this did for us is it bumped us from using what was a total of 45 iron per minute and 45 coal per minute to produce 45 steel ingots. So a 1-to-1 ratio to 40 iron ingots, which equates to 40 iron and 40 coal per minute to 60 steel ingots per minute. So we're using less altogether here and getting more. Now, yes, we do have the extra step of turning the iron ore into iron ingots, but that's what I did here. Now, I do not need, obviously, nearly as many foundries producing steel as I was before, but I went ahead and left it as is and actually made this match up to that. So we're producing what was the equivalent, we're a little over, but we needed at minimum 480 iron ingots. And with what we got going here, we're getting 30, and I think it's 15? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, yeah. So 15 times 30, we're getting 450, so an extra 10 iron ingots per minute. And I could underclock this guy down here if I wanted to. I don't. And we're, getting more iron out of those than what we actually need. More coal out of what the other thing we actually need. But anyway, so the iron ingots are now coming down this line. Following the same line they did as the iron ore. Coming into our steel factory, where it's now producing as this. We backed up real quick.
Picking up multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Something else to keep in mind with that. As before, we were producing 45, like I said, we're producing 60. So we had 11 in here. We went from 495 steel ingots to 660. That is more than enough for what is needed. We still haven't put a roof on this guy yet, have we? I'm training for what we need here. Now, that being said, we can figure out some alternatives. Like, I can probably go back to adding in a awesome sink over here for our motors. Because one of the problems we were running into, we were using way too much steel. That with the steel pipes, that the steel just couldn't keep up. And now, with what we are producing, I think it will keep up. At least it should. If it doesn't, I can easily overclock some things. With our rotors and stators, then, I could go back to having or connecting to the awesome sink. We're going to actually do a test of that. Where's the exit of this thing? Oh, it's a merger. They're both exits. Oh, maybe not. I had to connect to that. That's right. So we throw that into here and boost our awesome sync game. And if I find out we can't keep up with it, I can easily back off. But again, when we're producing, so again, 660, 495, 165 more steel ingots, I think we can keep up with the demand. At least I said, hopefully we can. So I wanted to show off the adjustment to the steel factory there. And I want to talk about what I want to kind of do next. I forgot this guy flies over this way. I know over there I'm talking about I need to do the steel, or not steel, geez. Computer factory. I don't think I'm going to do the computer factory next. I actually think what I want to do is to make a nobelisk factory. The nobelisks, if you're unaware, are basically little simple explosives. And one of the things I'm in need of is steel pipes. Well, I could figure out how to train some steel pipes over. Or better yet, let's head over to our black powder factory. We don't need smokeless powder for these, right? I looked at that right, didn't I? So nobelisks use black powder, not smokeless powder. The reason that's important is we're already making black powder over here. We already have coal over here. And we also have a source of iron right here. So we can make the steel to turn into steel pipes. What I can do is bust some of this coal. Got a splitter right here. That's a merger, but we can throw a splitter on. And bust it down and around over to here. where this iron is at. Now these should be, they're normal, really. Interesting. And make a little steel, quasi-steel factory producing steel pipes specifically. Let's climb up. By the way, if you didn't know, yes, you can climb these. Um, and we can then have a second layer on top, right here, where the steel pipes, or maybe I could just bust them around the side, come over here, and maybe over here is our uh, nobelisk factory. And the steel pipes and the smokeless, or the black powder's right here. I can make it to where it cycles half of it in and out and back into here. And then we have our nobelisk factory right here. Now I haven't decided if I would add in like a third train stop here. I don't think I would. To pick up the nobelisks, I might just grab those by hand. But that's kind of my thinking right now. That's my next project at this point, is to make a nobelisk factory. Hey, blue slug. So that's my thought now. The only thing I can't remember is our coal. Is it pure or is it normal? So we might need to throw a... It is pure, okay. So we're pumping out 480 right now. I think we'd be fine. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can always throw another power shard in here, bump them to 600, upgrade these to the 5 belt, just to ensure we always had enough. That's what I'm looking at for right now, is making a nobelisk factory. The only thing I don't know, I'm curious about this, so we can only see how we can make it. We can't see what smokeless is used for yet, I don't think. So we need to make some nobelisks anyways to even continue stuff in the workshop. So that's what I'm going to do now, is make a little nobelisk factory. When we come back, I'll have that up and going, hopefully, and have something to show off for it. So, we'll be back in a moment. Okay, we got our nobelisk factory set up. So what we have happening is we've got this Mark II miner here pumping out iron, pulling in the coal from up top. Iron is being turned into iron ingots, mixed with the coal in the foundries, just like we did over our steel factory to produce our steel ingots. Those are then being shoved over this way, being turned into steel pipes. Those steel pipes are then being bussed up this way under our tracks, and just barely like, oh, they just slightly clip, don't they? No, they don't. They just scoot right underneath it. I like that. I almost kind of want to put like a wall right there and conveyor wall them through. I think that'd be kind of neat. Anyway, so then they come down here again, just barely not clipping. Come up through the floor, over here, and then are being thrown into here. Of course, we have our black powder. That's then being combined with those into nobelisks. So we are currently creating 10. We've got 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're creating 50 nobelisks a minute. Ta-da! We have an obelisk factory. Let's go ahead and grab these guys. Let's build an equipment workshop real quickly. So we're also going to get our detonator. There, I can make a detonator right now. What I've got. Oh, what am I missing? Cable. How in the heck am I missing cable? Alright. Let's go back to... I don't like that. Anyway. Ooh, what we could... That's what we're doing. Wait, if that's what's going on... What's this doing then? If that's being pulled power from there, we don't need this power line. Right? And that's all still producing power. Okay, okay, okay. And then you connect from here to there. And we can get rid of you. Clean this stuff up a little bit. There we go. But then that also means... Oh no, that loses our power there. Crap, crap, crap. Alright. Gotta refigure that out. Nope, 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 nope. These cables fit snugly under here. I'm stuck. There we go. Can we... There... There... Up top here... To here... To there. Perfect. Alright. That power situation's resolved. But we can go ahead and undo all this. Get some resources back. That is the one nice thing about the train stations, is the fact that they let you just pull all that power. Oh wait, we've got more than enough. What am I doing? Alright, let's just head over here. We have more than enough wire that we could just make the copper. I'm just being a dummy. Or the cable. Okay, so come over here. Cable. Just make sure we have more than enough. And perfect. What am I still missing? Object scanner. Dang it. Let's make one of those real quick. Perfect. Nobelisk detonator. Let's look at the fun of these. Let's see. Where is... That's perfect. All this beautiful nature right here. And we come up here. You know what we say to nature? Bye-bye. Nice. Alright, so what research can we do with the nobelisks? I think we needed some of that for our research, didn't we? Over here's sulfur. Oh, it's more than just that. Need smokeless powder. I need a lot of nobelisks. Oh, poo. Grab some crystal oscillators and make some explosive resonance application. Make explosive rebar. I want to make the rifle. Well, darn, I was hoping to be able to make at least one of these. And then if I wait for more nobelisks to be made, I can run over, grab some smokeless powder, and make the cluster nobelisks. All right, well, it's a start. We see what we need. Grab some motors, make some rebar. So when we come back, we'll do some of this research. What do you say? Should be great. So we'll see you in a moment. All right, let's get some of this research done here. So, oh, I forgot the steel beams. Well, we can do what we can then. Let's get the cluster nobelisks here. Takes 3 seconds. Perfect. Cluster nobelisks are able to be made. Ooh, we can grab that too. Definitely be doing that. Let's get the rifle research. Let's get the inflated pocket dimension. Get some more inventory space. Yes. All right, so for here, we need 200 smokeless powder and 200 of the steel beams. Let's go ahead and grab 200. And we're going to head back and get some more of the steel beams so we can finish up that research. So we'll see you there. All right, and let's get the explosive rebar. Sweet. Now, am I going to be automating any of these nobelisks? Probably not. I mean, it does more damage. This is better for clearing. I mean, we could just make this by hand as we need it, I guess. What about the rebar? So explosive rebar. Holy crap, actually takes quite a bit. Explosive rebar explodes on impact. We could do that, or better yet, because we just unlocked the rifle, make a rifle. Ooh, that's gonna takes a lot more than it used to, I feel like. We can make our rifle ammo there. I don't know, we might be able to figure out something with that. I might be able to bust that back to my main base and make some rifle ammo. Doesn't deal a whole lot though, really. Does it just fire faster? It does the same damage. I think it's just because it fires faster. All right, well, I don't know. We'll maybe start a computer factory. We'll see. I haven't exactly figured out how this is all gonna work just yet, but it's a start. So, um, when we come back, we'll see what it is. I decide what we're going to do. I kind of went a little off script for today just because I don't know. I wanted to do something different than what I had originally thought. I always, reserve the right to change my mind when it comes to stuff like that. So, yeah, I decided that's what we're gonna do. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do to finish up this episode, and we'll make it happen. So we'll see when I got that figured out. I finally made a decision on what we were going to do, and we're going to make a radio control factory. I went ahead and I've got my train system set up for this, and we're going to go ahead and get this going. Now, I don't have the factory built yet. This is going to start the more of that reflecting than should be. And see my blade like all the way in the corner of the train station there. Anyway, sorry. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you the train route I've got set up. Um, all my trains should be running just fine now. I think I've got all the adding set up perfectly. So how this is going to work, let's get this train going. Turn on self-driving. So this is where it will unload all the items that are going to go to the radio control factory. Now, I was originally saying I needed to have a computer factory set up before I did this, but I remembered I found an alternate recipe that I can use using the crystal oscillators, circuit boards, aluminum casings, and rubber. So yes, it uses an extra, or it uses an extra item, but less than what would be required because of this. Alright, so we come around. This is our copper factory. Alright. So we come down here, and here is where we pick up our crystal oscillators. I do also have them being split half into this storage container right here as well. That way, if I need to get some, I can. Basically, I have some set aside for if they're needed. And then we go. And the next stop will be a rubber pickup. So we get to go under low bridge. Ooh. I like that. I still don't have any of this like braced properly, so ignore the floating bridges. Alright, so we've got the go ahead here. We've got where these two train stations link up, and these two link up. Alright, and we have now a split here. So this should go this way. Excellent. Great. And we have a third station over here. This is our rubber pickup. And then we go to our aluminum pickup, aluminum casing pickup. Did I label that correctly on the map? Oh yes, aluminum casing. Okay, I did. And again, low bridge. And this will take us back to where we started. I'll work on the factory. Alright, I've got the rudimentary setup of our crystal oscillator factory. So I showed you how we were busing the crystal oscillators, the rubber, and the aluminum casing via train. We have the circuit boards coming just via this little line right here. A little spaghetti, but it's alright. So I made this little, I'm going to finish this up, little underground hallway. So this is coming off the train. We have our aluminum casings. We've got the rubber. Oop, autosave. And then the crystal oscillators. And then those are going through the floor up to some manufacturers. Now I'm only going to have one of these turned on right now, mainly just because of the amount of crystal oscillators I'm able to make. I don't have the power hooked up just yet, but because we're required to have 1.5 crystal oscillators per minute, and we are currently basically making 2 per minute, I don't want to um, tie that up too much. I do need to figure out how to bump that up just a tiny bit more on the other side, or I guess I could underclock this and make it to where we're only using 1. So here we go, 66 point. Because it doesn't have power, I don't think I can underclock it. Oh, maybe I can. 66.666%. That should drop us down to 1 oscillator per minute, which will work out because, again, if we're splitting the oscillators we get in half, then half will be going to storage, the other half's coming here, so that would work out really well. So let's power on this bad boy. I don't have this obviously encased in just yet. I'll work on that again off camera, but let's provide some power to this place. This should now be receiving items. We can see that it is. Good. 1 crystal oscillator per minute. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. And we will start pumping out 3 radio control units per minute. So let's watch the one come out here, and I'll show you one more thing that I did off camera as well. As soon as we get this guy to come out here, you should see 3 pop out in just a few more seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There they go. And into storage. So you can kind of see it. The other thing I did all the way up there, I added in a radio control tower. And we can see that it is pinging out. And apparently there are 4 hard drives in the area. I know there's one here. There's at least another one over there, because that's where I got attacked by the, wait, no, that should be over here. There's another one over here. And I know that because I was attacked by stupid jumping spiders. But apparently there are 2 more somewhere in this vicinity. Again, it's a decent sized vicinity, so I kind of wish it showed where those were at. But I did see that there's a pure Caterium over here, which could be very beneficial to my making of AI limiters. Because with where those are at, so crystal oscillator pickup, if I could find a way to, it's all iron, there's no copper over there, train that like over here, we can make a an AI limiter factory. But anyway, we need to build up our. Let me get some more fuel. So right now my jetpack doesn't work, but I don't know why I'm using that when I can use. I need to make sure I'm using the hover pack when I'm in my factory area. I know I have some control units over here, so I need to see how many more we need to get. Not in that box. Were they in here? Yep, had 4. All right, so we will cut back once we have enough control units to turn in our aeronautical engineering uh, milestone. Good lord. So they're looking right at the name, can't even think of it. And that'll actually be the end of tier 7. That puts us into tier 8. Supercomputers, we're going to need those. We could work towards the uh, getting the resource well pressurizer and all that kind of stuff. Which that'd probably be our next one, is this advanced aluminum production. Because we can't really do the rest until we unlock supercomputers, which we have the capability to do. Of course, our programmable splitters, bullet guidance system, we can actually research now and make homing rifle ammo. Is that any stronger? Made a bunch of rifle ammo if you can't tell. Hit any target with vertical area, especially useful in dealing with agile threats or if fighters can't be bothered to aim properly. I don't know. It's worth a thought. So we'll come back once we are. By the way, here's the rifle. We can then just unload and reload. All right, we'll be back when we're ready to turn in the aeronautical engineering. All right, let's get this turned in. Boom, boom, boom. And aeronautical engineering, go.
Milestone reached. Aerial transport of resources is now possible with the use of drones, ideal for shipping across long distances or difficult terrain. Ensure the presence of batteries at drone ports for optimal results. A new project part enables progress to the next phase.
It's all a tier 7. So the next easy one for us to get is going to be this one right here. The advanced aluminum production. So let's come over here. And advanced aluminum production. Radio control factory is done. All right. Anything else for this episode? Do we have that much mycelia and biomass? No. Quartz. Grab 5 crystal oscillators real quick and research that. So I think for next episode, I might try to work on. So looking at this map, getting another Caterium factory set up, so I can make some I'll work on busing this over here and start making some AI limiters. I think that'll be nice. And what else? We could maybe try to do a computer factory. But if I'm going to do a computer factory, I could make supercomputers already, really. I only have the one computer recipe. I thought I had another one. So apparently I need to do some hard drive searching. Let's go ahead and grab this. That completes the quartz research. If I do that, I might be able to make a high-speed connector. Factory, maybe. I just worry about making those by hand for now. So yeah, we'll kind of start there then. We'll do the advanced aluminum production. I'm gonna try to do some hard drive hunting. See what alternate recipes we can get. See if we can get one that'll make the computer building easier. That would definitely be highly welcomed. And then we can move from there. Or if we get other recipes that'll allow me to really change how we're doing things, we might look into that a little bit more. So, that being said, let's call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, if you'd like to leave a like, comment, or better yet, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That'd be amazing. And until then, see you next time.